breadth of software. I just saw one yesterday called Carto Vista. It's for visualization. So we cannot really talk on all the software, but the basic one is ArcGIS. And one thing with the GIS software is that, or remote sensing, if you know one, it is easier. They have almost the same structure with little modification. And I want to also say that none of the software is self-sufficient. I think I said that when we had a little meeting. So you need to know there are times that when you want to do analysis, you have to use like 3 different softwares. You will convert this in this software, convert that in that software before bringing it into one software. But the good thing, as I say, it's just like you learn how to drive a car with a Toyota. If you see a pickup, though the steering may be different, but after some time you get used because they have almost the same type of structure. So basically today we are going to talk on the introduction to GIS training, and the outline is introduction to GIS, some GIS softwares, both open source and commercial, content of GIS, what can you do with GIS? This one is a big question, but it is not easy to really answer that depending on the area of application of individual. Is that okay? So we will talk about GIS data model, vector data, raster, and some other, and then we will now introduce to ArcGIS Desktop, which include ArcMap, ArcCatalog, and ArcTool, ArcScene, and ArcGlobe. Okay. When we talk about ArcGIS, ArcGIS is a platform for organization to create, manage, share, and analyze spatial data. It consists of server, component, mobile, desktop, application, and the rest of them. And now they have what they call ArcGIS Online. They also have what they call cloud. So they are really incorporating a lot of things. But ArcGIS basically is a geospatial software for analyzing spatial data, and it is one of the oldest software when it comes to GIS. And I also want to say that they are doing something called Africa Geoportal. It is funded by Esri, which is the parent company of ArcGIS. So you can take a look at that too. It's mainly for Africa. It has a lot of data that you can play around with. So now let us look at QGIS. I'm talking about ArcGIS as one of the software now. It's not an open source, it's a commercial software that you have to pay. But in Nigeria, of course, most of you guys, you don't buy ArcGIS, so you have pirated version. So one of the software that we use also in GIS is called QGIS. QGIS, the full meaning is Quantum GIS. It's an open source software used for GIS and remote sensing applications. And it is produced by volunteers. It is a free and open source. When we say open source, that is you can get it without paying anything. It's a cross-platform desktop geographic information system application that supports viewing, editing, and analysis of geospatial data. This is the GIS, QGIS team. It is made up of people that volunteer, and that's why if you are downloading QGIS, you will see a place for donation, that if you want to donate freely. Most time I don't donate, and I have never done it, but I hope one day I will donate, even if it's like $1, just to appreciate the effort. And one thing with QGIS is that they tend to update it frequently because different people are putting up things into QGIS, and it is really vast. There are some applications that or some analysis that I enjoy doing in QGIS than the ArcGIS, although there are some also that are better done in ArcGIS. But the good thing is that it is a free and open source, and you can download it anytime and use without anybody saying you have to pay for it. This is the view of ArcGIS. It has No, QGIS, it has this almost the same arrangement with ArcGIS when it comes to data, how to import data, how to do query, how to check the attribute table. The only difference or major difference is that when you are doing map composition, for me, I prefer ArcGIS to QGIS, but someone may find it easier. So it all depends on individual. Then the next software, this one basically like the ArcGIS and QGIS, basically ArcGIS was meant for vector data, but now it has capability to also do raster analysis, which is like a satellite image and so on. But the main image processing software that I know of that is very versatile is called ACMA imaging. It is one of the most robust software you can ever see. There are other ones anyway that are even more expensive, like e-cognition, but to get that one is not really easy. But ADAS imaging, I believe that most of us will have access to it. This is the window or the platform that ADAS imaging look like. Initially, it was meant for image processing, but the good thing with most of these software is that they are building other capabilities into them. Like ADAS imaging too, it has capability for some GIS analysis, though it is not as robust as the ArcGIS, just like the ArcGIS. So when it comes to image analysis, it's not as robust as ADAS imaging. So if you are interested in remote sensing, more of remote sensing, then this software is good for you. It provides true value, consolidating remote sensing, photogrammetry, LiDAR analysis, basic vector analysis, and radar processing into a single product. And some of its capabilities are image analysis. It also supports GIS, as I said. It is also used for hyperspectral imagery. Hyperspectral imagery are images that are LiDAR, that are, we do call them in remote sensing active sensor. So hyperspectral, they are not like multispectral, they are more advanced. It is also used for multi-core and distributed processes. It can be used to perform terrain analysis and also mosaicing. Mosaicing simple means if you have satellite image that have a common area of overlap, you can join them. Like Landsat. Now, if you have downloaded Landsat, you may discover that there are times that a single scene will not cover your study area. So you need to have like 2 or more images. So you can join these images together as long as it has overlap. It has ability to convert more than 190 image format into all major file formats. Is it GeoTIFF, CAD, JPEG, ECW, and the rest of them. So it also has a web service. Like one good thing with ADAS imaging, although all of them have, if you are doing your analysis, you can actually link your data to Google Earth image and open tool screen. As you're doing your analysis on your image, you'll be seeing where it is on the Earth surface. So you can incorporate a lot of things as you are doing your image analysis. You can easily do ground truthing to know the feature with, like Landsat is not as high resolution as Google Earth image. So you can really go into that place from ADAS image into Google Earth and view your study area in 3D or so. Then the next one is what we call Testset. It used to be called Idris. I believe some of us have used it. We have Idris Selva, Idris Tiger, but they have changed the name. When it comes to geospatial monitoring and modeling, if your interest is environmental application like trend land, like land cover modeling, monitoring, simulation, there is no software that beats this one. I have used this one since 2011. it has a lot of application. If you want to do suitability analysis, multi-criteria, so it's combination of GIS and remote sensing, and it has the highest number of different classifiers. If you want to do like sub-classification and the rest of it. And one thing with this software that it was really hard to learn it when I was doing my MS then, because they don't have much tutorial on the YouTube. So I had to like learn it by myself. But thank God the guy that was supervising me has used Idris from the very best version. So this is how it look like. Testset, what you can do with it. You can do GIS analysis, image processing, landscape modeling. As I say, is the best software. I'm still using it now. Habitat, biodiversity. Is it ecosystem survey? Is it art trend modeling? You want to see how land cover has been changing over a year, like 10 years. It will show you the trend, what has changed to what, water to vegetation to build up. Is it climate change adaptation? So this is quite good when it comes to land cover change modeling. So those that are interested in doing like land cover change, this is the software for you. Okay, then we go to another one, which is called R software. Some of you must have heard of it. It's more like a programming environment. It is both spatial and statistical software. It is free source also. You don't pay, you just download it, and it is very, very good. I have used it. R is a free software environment for statistical computing and graphics. It compiles and runs on a wide variety of Unix platform, Windows, and also Mac OS. So you can download, I think, yeah, you can download it from a software, from a website owned by a CRAN. These are some of the things that you can do with R. Is, as I said earlier, it's more like a programming environment where you code. You will put code and it will display the distant graph to you on the right-hand side or the down part, depending on how you structure. And you can also use it as a calculator. So those that are interested in doing a regression, box, a plot, a lot of things. In fact, you can do virtually anything with this one. 3D modeling, you want to make people head to be running up and down. You can do animation, a lot of things. And it's quite heavy because every day people are putting in stuff there. So it is quite good. It combines statistical analysis with graphic. So this is just the window. A lot of things that you can do with it. You can do heat mapping. You can do root mean square error, anything those that want to do adjustment, computation, type 1 error, type 2 error, all those stuff. This is the software for you. Then we look at component of GIS. There are other software, as I said, that we cannot mention them all. And somebody will give us some mini talk on some other free source software. Okay, now we talk about component of GIS. Of course, for most of us, we already know them. The first one is software environment, like what we have talked on now. There are the software, we have the hardware, which is the computer. Then we have data, which is one of the most important things because GIS is about representation of data. Then we have methods. Methods is techniques we use to solve our problem. Then we have you and me, the people. That is people the GIS cannot run. Just wait. Let me add some people. Admit some people. Okay. Then the next. Just hold on. Yeah. Some are still coming in, so let's take everyone along. Okay. So these are the components of GIS. It's just to refresh our memory, because I know most of you know these things already. Then, what can you do with GIS? If someone can unmute himself, who can tell me what he has used GIS for? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, can someone tell me what he has used GIS for before I just round up them with all, because it is a big question that is not easy for me to like answer.
Okay, sir. I just have an idea.
Not idea. What have you used GIS for? That is what I want.
I've used GIS for data analysis.
What analysis? What
kind
analysis?
of data?
Specific. You
Okay.
can tell us. I was going this. Is this for root analysis, terrain, what, crime, and some other
It's
stuff?
Flood
for root,
analysis. It's
for root
using
analysis.
for flood analysis.
Flood analysis. Okay. Who can tell us what he has used GIS for again?
Road analysis as well, sir.
Road analysis. Okay. Any other person?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yeah.
Hello,
Hello.
sir.
Yeah. Who is talking?
Okay, this is Jatu talking, sir.
Okay. Please, can you tell us what you have used?
Yes, you can also use GIS for.
Not that you can use. I have used GIS for.
Okay, sir. I have used GIS for vegetational analysis
Okay.
for plant covers and trees
Okay.
of an environment.
Okay.
Yes.
It's okay. The reason why I asked this question because I know that our applications are different.
Sorry, sir.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Sorry, my name is Focus. Can you please do well to mute everybody? Then anybody that has a question can raise up their hands.
Yeah, that is what I did before.
Voices, it's just distracting what you are saying. I'm very sorry.
No, it's okay. That is what I did before. It's like some people unmuted
Please,
themselves.
can you please?
Yeah,
if you mute them, they won't be able to unmute themselves.
Then we okay. Now, who wants to talk?
Hi, sir.
Do you know when someone wants to talk?
Yeah, there is a way that
Yes, sir.
someone can unmute himself.
I think they can raise
Hello,
their
sir.
Yeah,
There's more.
Yeah, there is an app to raise your hand.
Okay,
There's a app. Just check the more. Under the more, you just click
Under
on
the
it. You
icon,
see
yeah,
raise
you'll
your
find it.
hand.
Okay,
So once you raise your hand-
now, wait. I want to allow participants to unmute themselves. Is that okay? But you have to mute back when you finish talking. Is that okay? In case I don't see the hand. Do you understand? Because I am still adding people, so I may get distracted. Is that okay?
No problem,
So
sir.
I will allow participants
okay,
to unmute themselves, but please, when you are done, try to mute back. So if you want to say something, please. Okay. Now, there are
Yes, sir.
diverse. Just a minute, please. Just a minute. Sorry for the break in transmission. Okay, so there are diverse. Okay, Ganu, can you talk now?
Okay, sir. I've used GIS for land analysis.
Okay.
Like we are having like 10 plots of lands, so with different buyers.
Okay.
Some of them are from the north, some are from the southwest, and some are from the south. So we try to analyze it based on their region.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I have used GIS to do a lot of things since from 2011. I've done it for land suitability analysis, land cover change detection, a lot of things, and they are endless. You know, I used to tell you when you were in the school that even in witchcraft that you can use GIS because before the witch leaves, she will know her location and where she is going. So she will know the route that she is going to use. So it can be used for land management, network analysis, crime incident mapping, spatial measurement, transportation, navigation, almost everything. if you can visualize it with GIS, it is possible. There are a lot of crazy things that you see people doing with GIS. You will say you have not even what started. So I cannot exhaust what you can do with GIS. So let's just look at the type of data modeling we have in GIS. Basically, we have two types of modeling. When we talk of modeling, simple mean the way we represent features on the Earth surface. Is that okay? Just the way we represent features on the Earth surface. So we have two types. We have what we call raster and vector. When we talk of raster is like it uses pixel like satellite images. In case we are logged out after 30 minutes, please, I will make the call again because Zoom only give 30 minutes, but last week they were generous enough to like allow. So pixel like satellite image, they are raster. Then vector like your AutoCAD, XY, when you plot line, anything that you can. It's like someone is not muted, right? Okay, I've muted. Okay, so like vector line, X and Y, they are vector. If you look at this image, you can see real world, but you can see the way vector represented the area, and you can see the way the raster. So raster has to do with pixel, and the location of point can only be found in the pixel. We can also see a vector model here, real world. You can see XY coordinate, and you can see three things here. In GIS, we represent things using how do I put it, in theory ways. It is either point, which is XY, or it is either line, which combine 2 points, or it is polygon, which is area. Then now we have 4D, 3D, and some other D, 4 even more, depending on what you add to such point, either temperature of that area, or maybe another value, gravity, or some other things. So you can have up to 4 or 5 dimension. Then you can see here the way each one represent. Like for vector, you have point, but for raster, it has to do with row and column of that pixel. You can see just 1 point, and you can see line. You have 5 points representing the line, but in the raster, it has to do with the position of the pixel or the cells, while area also is represented in the same manner. So there are some analysis that you need vector, and there are some analysis that only raster will work for. So it all depends on what you are doing. Now we look at I will not go into detail the advantage and the disadvantage. I will send this material so you can go through it if you want, or you can just check it so that we will know. So now let us talk about what is this? Just a minute. Okay, just some people chatting. Let's now talk about ArcGIS Desktop. ArcGIS Desktop is a collection of software product for building complete geographic information system, which is GIS. It is produced by Esri. Esri is owned by one man, so it is not listed on the stock exchange in the United States. So it is one man's company. Yeah, I can see some people chatting. I will make the PowerPoint available, so that won't be a problem. It's like our time. Okay, we have 1 minute in case it log out, so I'll just call back, then you all log in. So this is ArcGIS. Sorry, I've gone. The ArcGIS Desktop is made up of basically 3 things, which is the ArcMap, ArcCatalog, and ArcTools. When we start the practical, you will see all of them. Then let's take each of these one after the other. This is the ArcGIS Desktop, but let's see what you can use it for. it is the platform that incorporate the ArcMap, Arc catalog, and the Arc tool. So let's see how it works. As I said earlier, that ArcGIS tool is used for image processing, although it is not as robust as the EDAS imaging or Idrisi or Terrasat, but you can use it for image processing. It can also be used for 2 or 3D modeling of the Earth surface. You can also use it for advanced visualization, like if you do some analysis like land cover, you can superimpose it on the terrain or the topography. Maybe you want to know why they are building in some part of Abuja. It is likely that those places that are hilly will not have much building. So you can use it for further analysis like flooding and some other things. You can also use it as a network. You can share your work. You can have one ArcGIS installed on one system and connect it to different systems, a web-based system. As you are working, you can share it on your mobile or any other network platform. You can use it for data management. So a lot of things you can use it for. It's like they are giving us more time. Wow. Are we still together? Hello?
Yes, sir. They sent a message that we can.
Send a message now.
They sent a
That
message
there's no
already, so we
limit.
can. There's no limit.
Okay, we are
Sorry.
still together, sir. Yes.
Okay, and I was here like trying to rush to finish. Okay, so we can.
Okay, take your time, sir.
Very well. Please continue. We are together.
Okay, thank you. So ArcGIS has really gone far. Like I was in one conference last year in Kigali, Rwanda. So they were there. They are doing a lot of crediting. Sorry to use the word crediting with GIS. Now they have cloud, but they have some GIS now online that you don't need a desktop. You just have it on cloud. Anywhere you travel to, you can log on and use the ArcGIS, and you can save your data in cloud. You don't need a flash or anything to go with. So they are really doing a lot of, and a lot of things have become simplified. And they have the one that they call ArcGIS Pro. So you can use it if you want to do like spatiotemporal analysis. ArcGIS is quite good, and a lot of them. So let us look at what is ArcMap. ArcMap is where you display and exploit GIS data. It is part of the GIS Desktop, but it's the main component where you visualize your data, where you click, where you assign symbol, where you create map, layout, and printing is the ArcMap itself. So you can see that ArcGIS has ArcGIS Desktop, which has ArcMap, and ArcMap is also the application you see to create and edit data set. ArcMap represents geographic information as a collection of layers. So where you add your layers, as we will see from next practical or from next training. So is the interface that display the graphic for you to see. So it's more like the output where you input and you see the output. Then what is Arc Catalog? Part of the ArcGIS Desktop is Arc Catalog. They are all linked together, but you have to enable one from the interface. It provides a catalog window that is used to organize and manage various types of geographic information for ArcGIS Desktop. The kind of information that can be managed in catalog include your database. Yep.
Hello, Mr. Kudan.
Yeah.
Help us. It is holding. I don't know. Somebody have said it before.
That what?
Yeah, I think some people have their mic on, sir. I think you need to mute everybody.
I mute everybody, but let me check again.
Is it coming from your? Hello? Is it coming from your side? If not,
No,
mute everybody.
No, I don't have any noise here. Mute all.
There is an.
Okay, it's okay now. So if the Arc catalog includes your databases, raster files, map document, globe document, 3D scenes document, and all layers. So ArcMap catalog, as the name implies, catalog, it is used to manage all these things in ArcMap. It is also hosts the geoprocessing toolbox, model, and Python script. One thing I want to also say that if you have used QGIS and ArcGIS, they are integrating it now with Python. This is because there are some processing that may not have conventional tool to solve them. So you have to write the scripts. So you can integrate ArcGIS with Python, even the QGIS, in case you want to solve some problem and they do not have tools to actually solve such type of problem or analysis. GIS services publish using ArcGIS for server. So these are the things that the Arc catalog does. And the standard-based metadata for this GIS information, where we talk of metadata, is more like the attribute of the data. We will learn more about metadata. When you create a data, you may want to tell people about the data, the history, when the data was made, the date, who created it. So all these ones are found within our catalog and much more, because we cannot talk about them all. And this is how our catalog look like. You can see how the catalog tree from here too. You can create shapefile. You can export in from here into the ArcMap and do a lot of things with it. Then we now go to what is ArcTool in ArcGIS. ArcToolbox is an integrated application developed by Esri. Esri simply means Environmental System Research Institute. It provides a reference to the toolbox to facilitate the user interface in ArcGIS for accessing and organizing a collection of geoprocessing tool, model, and script. By the time you start using ArcGIS, you will see that you need ArcTool to even do reprojection, to do a lot of things. So it has tools that you will click, and one tool like data management may have others embedded in it. So if you want to do a clipping, almost everything that you want to do in ArcGIS is from this other, should I say, plug-in or inbuilt application that you will get it from. And this is how it looks like. When you click one, it will bring other. You can see most of them have plus sign by the left-hand side. So when you click one, you will see other tools that will be useful for your analysis. Then we now talk of Accent. You know, we talk about ArcGIS as a software. Then we talk about Desktop, which is one of the components. Then one of the components is also Accent. This one doesn't come into ACMA, but if you install ArcGIS, it will come in as a separate one. So there are 3 components in ArcGIS itself as a system, which is the desktop, which were also broken down into 3: the ArcMap, the Arc catalog, and ArcTool. So one of the application, or should I say a younger brother, or one of the 3 children, is Accent. Accent is a 3D visualization application that allows you to view your GIS data in 3 dimensions. Like if you are using terrain, maybe you have terrain data and you want to view it in 3D, you use Accent. Or if you are a hydrographer, you know, in hydrography you deal with depth. So you want to see how the depth of your reservoir, your river is, and you want to visualize it in 3D, is Accent that you will do. Or if you want to do a 3D model of a city, it's Accent that you will use. Accent allows you to overlay many layers of data. You know, that is one good thing with GIS. You can overlay 3D in 2D, like the one I showed you before, some of the application where a city was overlaid on the topography to see if, yes, why are there cluster of buildings here? Like Abuja, you know, those places that are hilly, you won't see much building. But flat land, even if you want to buy land, they'll say, is it a flat land? So you can use it to like understand what influenced the pattern of settlement. Is that okay? Then a feature are placed in 3D by providing height. You can edit height in ACMA to see how the view of the topography is or the building. So this is one of the example of ACMA. You can see the topography is in 3D. You can also view a TIM, which is it a triangulated irregular network. So after ACMA, we have what we call ArcGlobe. ArcGlobe and ACMA are the same, but it's just that one is at global scale. ArcGlobe is part of the ArcGIS 3D analysis extension. The application is generally designed to be used with very large data set and allow for, it's like someone has unmuted his phone or those coming in now. Okay, I'll just mute you. Yeah, so is the same thing with ACMA, but this one is on the globe. It will show you your data set on the globe, not local. So one is local boy, one is an international boy. It is based on a global view, as I said, with all data projected into global cube projection and display at a varying level of detail. So it takes into consideration the shape of the Earth. It's not like flat surface, no, into the globe, which means it uses geodetic coordinate, longitude and latitude. Like this example now, this person did the work, so he wanted to visualize it on the wall to see how it is. So you use ArcGlobe or this other one, so it will put it on the globe itself as the word said. So these are some of the references that I use. You can use it to maybe read more on what we have talked about. David, can the other person come in before we now ask questions?
Yes, definitely, sir. It will just brush through the other softwares that will also be touching in the course of the studies. Akim.
Yeah, I think he can share his screen from there, right?
Well, I don't know yet.
There is a way. Let me go out of sharing.
Well, I just don't know if he prepared for it.
Oh, okay. So will he just talk? Okay.
I think he will just talk.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Akim,
are you in?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, please, you can take over.
Okay.
Are you sharing your screen?
I want to share some little. Yeah, I will share.
Okay. Sir, you can take off your screen so that you'll be able to share.
I have.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. I will be.
Please excuse me. It's like there is a noise around your background.
Please, can you unmute? Let me. Who's on whose background? Okay, Akim. Let me hunt for those that have not muted their work. I will unmute them now. No, I will mute them now. Okay.
I want to end this one.
Okay, you can go on. Hakim.
Sorry, just a second.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'll quickly brush through two softwares where we can use to download satellite imagery of a place of interest or a study area. I'm trying to share the screen.
Yeah. Go down. You will see share. It has green. Where you will see chat. You will see security, right? Manage participant chat. You will see share screen. Have you seen it?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll be working on these two softwares, the SAS Planet and the HIR. The SAS Planet and the HIR. The SAS Planet is a software that it allows us to download satellite image from different sources, which from Google Maps, Bang Map, OpenStreetMap, and so on like that. If we want to use this SAS Planet, what we need to use is get the. If you have you need to have the KMZ of the area you want to download before you will be able to download from SAS Planet. This is a view of the SAS Planet here from here. Before you work on SAS Planet, you will have the KMZ of this particular area. Yeah, you can see if you want to import. I already have a KMZ from the work I've done before. If you click on this operation there, you open. Then once you select it, it will just take you directly to where to the location where it
Akim,
is.
hold on, Akim. We can't really see your next screen. We can't see what you are displaying.
We're only seeing the MS Word document of Planet. We can't see the other things they are talking about.
Oh, sorry.
You have to choose one that you are sharing.
Yeah.
Or if you can just talk briefly about the software, even if you do not talk how to download it, since we have a platform, if somebody needs something, he will just put it up either on the Facebook, then they can contact you so that we won't waste much time, just talk about what it can do.
Okay,
just for us to have an idea. I think it will be better that way, isn't it?
Okay.
I think that'll be fine. That'll be fine. I think that's fine.
Sir. Actually, the SAS Planet it's a beautiful software. You can get images as higher resolution as 0.5 meter resolution from there. It allows you to get the image directly, no matter the coverage of the area that you want to cover. You get it at once, and it can even select the type of resolution you want, depending on the zoom that is on the current on the softwares. By the time you do the practical, you understand better. So the issue with SAS Planet is it's always outdated. You have to input the latest version of Google imagery before you can get the recent image of the of a particular place you want to get. The second software, which is HIR. HIR it doesn't work alone. It works directly linked with Google Earth imagery. It has a place where you can link it together with Google Earth, whereby the image you are seeing directly from Google Earth, you can import it directly on your HIR in a reference format. The difference between the SAS Planet and the HIR is that on HIR, you cannot, if the area is too large, you won't be able to get the image at once. But SAS Planet, no matter the coverage of the area, you can get the image at once. But on HIR, you need to be getting it batch by batch. So depending on you will be getting it batch by batch. If you have a large area to cover, it's better you use SAS Planet. But if you just have a little area to cover, you can use HIR.
Okay. And what would be the resolution?
The resolution of HIR depends on how you zoom your Google Earth.
Okay.
Depending on the zoom, on SAS Planet, you can. It also depends on the zoom too. But the image from SAS Planet is more. The resolution is more higher than the one you get from HIR.
Okay. It's okay. Thank you.
You don't need to have any KMZ or any KMZ or shapefile that you want. But on SAS Planet, you will have the KMZ of the particular place you want to download, or the image you want to download.
Okay. That is good. It's okay. Thank you so much. So our time was it? Okay. Okay, our next meeting will be next week, and we are starting with the practical. David posted a link for us to download data, right? Hello?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Yes, I did, but I can always resend it again.
Okay. Comment. Somebody want to talk? Who? I saw one hand here. So one hand. The hand has gone. Somebody wanted to talk. Where is the hand? You can unmute yourself if you want to talk. I saw a hand before, but it's like the hand has disappeared.
Umoru wants to talk. Oh.
Okay, please feel free.
Okay, Umoru, yeah, talk now.
Okay, I want to ask Akim a question.
Okay.
I want to know the kind of an image that one can use the SAS Planet and LSHL to download. You only talk about a Google Earth image. Is that the only type of an image you can download with it?
No. From HIR, I can only download Google Earth image from HIR.
Okay.
But from SAS Planet, there are different sources of image you can download. You can get bank image, OpenScript image, X-ray image, even historical image from there.
Okay, so you can even download QuickBird or Iconos.
Yes, but before you download that, you have to have a strong network to download it.
Don't worry, Glow is there. They will buy enough data.
Okay.
Quickly, let me chip in. On the SAS, there is a drop button where you can download all these type of images from. So you just have to click on the one you want. You see the hybrid, you see the different type of images that you can actually download. So there are varieties there. I think almost everything is available there.
So you don't need to pay.
You don't need to pay. Once you have your
Very
data,
important.
you can download.
You pay with your internet.
Niger.
Okay.
It's very important.
Let me quickly
Hello, sir.
ask.
I'm having a question
Hello?
here, please.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
is it
Yes, I
Ganil?
want to quickly ask. Both images you can download with SAS Planet or LSHL, they are both in real time. You can get them in real time, right?
Yes, real time.
Real time imagery.
No,
not real time. No, not real time.
You can't get
it has
it
a
real
date.
time.
Okay.
It depends on what they have at that time. Most of them, you can't get it. The only way you can get real-time image is maybe when you use a drone. Because when they fly over, when they satellite, then they will now put it into their server. So you can get near real-time, but not real-time.
Not
Ganil,
exactly. Okay.
It's like Ganil Abib.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
yeah.
I'm having a question.
Yeah.
Yes. Based on this satellite image, I come across a work like that. Okay, they want to download an image of a particular place, but there is one particular building that they've demolished, but they want that building to be present on the map. Is there any of this software we can use to get the image?
This is what's simple now. If you go to Google Earth, Google Earth, depending on where you are anyway, you can go back.
But the Google Earth have already updated it.
No. Google Earth, listen, Google Earth has a time scale. You can go back. You can move it backward to get historical images.
Yeah.
There's a way you can do it, depending, this or what are wise. If it is in the UK, they have them many, but in Nigeria you may find 1 year or 2 years interval between the two. So you can, because anything that is there is from Google Earth. So if it's not in Google Earth, you may not get it. So you can easily do that. When you contact Hakim or chat me, I will show you how to do that. I will open the Google Earth. When you click somewhere up like a time, like a clock, to bring out a scale, so you see the times depending on your location. As I said, like in Nigeria, there are some places they have last image, while some places 3 years images, old images that they have, so you can easily do that.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You have any other question because our time is fast gone? Okay, we have 5 minutes left, so that we will discuss on our next meeting. Then we'll be gone.
Hakim, please. The other software is it Airshire? I don't know what you're saying. Please, can you
Actually, it's
send the link?
El Shayal.
Don't worry,
ELSHAYAL.
Hakim, put it on the platform, the link straight, so that they can claim.
Actually,
it's on the screen. It's on the
It's on
screen
the
now.
screen. It's on the screen now.
Okay, don't worry. He will still put it.
Actually, they've changed the name from El Shayal. It's now called Smart GIS.
Okay.
Smart GIS.
Okay. So now, Taufik Saka want to talk, please. Let's just be brief.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a question, not just for the ACMA, but also for the host. Is when you were actually mentioning some software like that, you made mention that some are open software, while some are commercial. But as regards some cases like R, does imaging and some other software, you fail to tell whether they are commercial or open GIS. That's right, sir. And
No. Okay. Is that
the
all?
second is for for Tobio Hakim, sir. I've been able to use the SAS Planet and the Elshire because I use it for some projects like that. But the major question I was asked that I couldn't answer was the accuracy of the image downloaded. How can we actually know the accuracy of such images if they were to be a georeferenced image? So when actually I worked with something, I used satellite image, and also I had to pick some points with VGPS. So I wasn't able to actually tell what the accuracy of that georeference image had to be. So at long run, I had to switch it back to a raster image, and I georeference it to the VGPS coordinates that I got from site. So I want to know what the actual accuracy of the SAS Planet images and the accuracy of Elshire images.
Okay. Are you telling me that when you georeference it, there's a shift from what you got from the ground with what with the map you get from SAS Planet?
Yes. Exactly, sir. Exactly.
You know,
points there are shifts.
You know, on SAS Planet, both SAS Planet and Eshaya, they use coordinate system of WGS84. And if you go on ground, the coordinate you will get is Mina, with TM Mina datum. You have to convert it to WGS84 before you can georeference it. If you use it like that, of course, there will be a shift if you use it like that, because UTM is different from WGS84.
Like how many meter shift did we get, sir? Bigger than
Sorry, I think it depends on the software used to do the conversion. If really converted it from NNO to...
No, you know why I talk? Wait, like the R on is open source. Like the ArcGIS, one good thing with it is that it will georeference everything. For the first one you load, like if your first data is on UTM WGS84, and you bring Mina that thing, it will overlap it. It will just georeference it. That is one good thing with some of the GIS software. But what Hakim says is true. You have to look at, like if Google Earth use it, WGS84, not even UTM, if it is using grid, no geographic. So you have to even tell it to you. So those are the things. And that is why you will encounter in GIS. You know, I told you last week that GIS is not about using software. It's about ability to solve problems. Is that okay? So I think Omoware want to talk so that we will, I think the last person, so that other question we can ask on the platform or on the Facebook. Bolanrewa, can you talk, please?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I just want to talk on the SAS Planet, and I think the guy has actually makes the point clear. Every image you download from SAS Planet comes with an WGS. So you have to be aware of the datum, the coordinate projection system. Yeah. So if you are taking it to Mina datum, you have to do conversion. There is a way you convert it on ArcGIS. to reproject the whole image to me now. So one has to be very careful if you are downloading from SAS Planet. It's always WGS. So I think the shift the person experience is due to that that one difference or the projection difference. So that's just what I want to contribute.
Yeah, and also to what even compound your problem, there are times that you will get hard copy map. Like I got an oil well map. It's not even on Minadatum. It's on Nigerian local. You know, Nigerian local coordinate after Lagos.
Local coordinates.
You will get negative values. I spent weeks trying to georeference that. I have to read before I was able to like do it. So you have to be careful, and you have to keep those things in mind. And I want to say something. Please don't be discouraged when you learn a software and you don't use it for some time. When you come back, you may have to read again. Don't think you don't know anything. It happens to you because most of them six months they improve the software and they tend to collapse some tools into other one. Is that understood? So you have to know all this and that the software changes, but when the good thing is that sometimes you will not sleep until you get solution, and that is why you have to be, there has to be enthusiasm that yes, I want to do this. If not, GIS may be a bit difficult, but it's a good thing. Me, I'm a fanatic. Everything about me is GIS. So I think our next meeting should be on Sunday, right?
Please, can I ask a question, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, please, on this conversion of a team from maybe UTM to NNO, NNO to UTM, I've used like 4 different software to convert 2 coordinates, but I discovered that all these softwares, they are not giving me the same thing.
Converting
so I don't know which
what?
one, from UTM, from NNO to UTM.
Okay, don't worry, we will do coordinate projection. And if you still have problem, maybe you can send your data to some of us, we will give it a try. Because some of the things we cannot really discuss here and we don't really know so until we see the data, but these are common problems that you will encounter. If you are dealing with GIS, you are getting data from different, but to make matter, some will collect the data, they won't tell you the coordinate system. So you have to like even use Google or do ground truth, identify some features to see if it really relates to where you are working on. So we can not waste much time. We can discuss order or send it to me or Bola or Hakim. We can all do that, and that is why we have this group, is sharing idea. You have problem, I can't do this, can someone help you? Yes, and everything is volunteer. As I said, no, we are not charging for anything. It's volunteer, but so that when we bring this problem, maybe you have done it, I have done it, then someone can chip in and everything will work fine. So our next meeting will be on Sunday. We may increase the frequency depending on how we see people. But please, I don't know how it will be. How do we share screen and for you to still follow up with the practical? Let's solve that because I just said, let me ask. Is it possible as to minimize one screen and have like 2 screens for the ArcGIS and for the Zoom on your system?
Yes, it is. It is.
Sir?
It is. I say it is.
Okay, so
yes.
it means when one is working on this